Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most chaotic yet fun drinking games to play with friends.
Stare into my eyes intimately for 1 full minute or take a shot.
Number 20, Drunk Jenga. This variation on a childhood classic allows you and your friends to personalize your experience. All you need is Jenga and some Sharpies to have a fun time. Simply write down your challenges on the pieces, set up the game as usual, and then get to pulling.
And I like to destroy my liver. Oh, baby.
The tasks can range from something as simple as toasting the group to something more wild like swapping clothes. There are also plenty of opportunities to include drinking challenges as well.
Oh my god. What is happening?
When someone causes the stack to fall, not only have they lost, but they then have to chug the rest of their glass. With all the different combinations of rules and setup options, this has the potential for endless possibilities.
Kelly! Yes! Yes!
Number 19, Flong. Beer pong and flip cup are great on their own, but a seamless merge of the two creates a fast-paced relay game called Flong.
This is the beer pong flip cup hybrid.
Two teams set up cups in a line on either end of the table and form a single file. The first player then attempts to sink the first cup. If they miss or hit the wrong one, they must keep shooting until they do.
Flip their cup, and as soon as it's flipped, it goes down the line.
Once successful, they gulp its contents and flip it, then return to the back of the line, passing the baton to the next teammate. The first group to clear their cups wins. Flong combines the most interesting elements of both games, resulting in a tumultuous yet exciting time for everybody, whether you win or not.
The team that wins the flip-off, if they were the team that made the beer pong shot, that cup is consumed.
Number 18, Where's the Water? Where's the Water takes the concept of Russian roulette and puts a fun, less deadly twist on it.
You're gonna fill up 1 shot glass.
For this, you'll need a collection of clear liquors and water. Fill glasses with these beverages, then have your friends choose one randomly and throw it back. Their task is to convince the group they didn't have the booze. Depending on the alcohol used and the participants' acting skills, the guesses can vary in difficulty.
If you're really having fun, you can kind of switch it all up.
Some have even taken this to the internet, where they post their reactions and invite viewers to try figuring it out. It's a great way to ease into a party and get everyone in the mood for more fun.
Just kidding.
Number 17, Beer Die. Beer Die is a unique competition that requires a certain level of precision.
Is a 4-player drinking game where players bounce a die across a table to score points.
There are 2 main objectives depending on what side you're on. One team is tasked with tossing a die high in the air and trying to either land it in their opponent's cup or on the ground. The defending side has to catch it one-handed, but only once it's bounced off the table and before it hits anywhere else.
If a player on the other team catches the die with one hand after it bounces, the throwing team gets 0 points.
Besides the main rules, there are other faults that could result in a drink penalty. These vary from the thrower missing the table to someone saying the number 5. Considering the concentration it requires, these can easily be forgotten, which means everyone will likely be drinking at some point.
If the die hits the ceiling on a throw, the throwing player takes a drink.
Number 16, International Drinking Rules. The beauty about this is that it isn't really a game, at least not in the classic sense. The idea behind international drinking rules is that you continue on with regular conversation while trying not to break a variety of hyper-specific regulations.
No saying the word drink. No pointing.
There are plenty of options to choose from, such as only being allowed to sip with your pinky up or forcing guests to only use synonyms for the word drink.
Empty cans cannot be placed on the table.
While it sounds simple, it can get complicated depending on how many are incorporated. It can also be easy to forget you're playing, meaning more broken rules and more liquor being consumed. It's a great way to have a good time without creating a competitive vibe.
Skål.
Number 15, Truth or Drink. If you want to learn more about your friends, then this is definitely the activity for you.
Have you ever hooked up with a coworker before?
Yes,
Yes,
at a previous company I have hooked up with a coworker.
Was it fun and good?
It started off fun and good and then got weird and bad.
Truth or Drink has recently become popular, and for good reason. It doesn't require any setup, and there aren't any extra aspects to memorize. Just ask someone a question about anything you'd like, and they can either answer or take a sip to get out of it.
You could have taken a shot!
Depending on what's asked, This can either end in a lot of secrets or alcohol being spilled. It can also go on for hours due to there being so many ideas for different questions. Truth or Drink is an adult twist on an adolescent game, making for a delightful nostalgic time.
And stare into my eyes intimately for 1 full minute or take a shot.
Number 14, Titanic. While this may seem like it involves watching the movie Titanic, it's merely only inspired by the events. All you need is a glass with a full pint of beer and an empty shot cup floating on top. Then, everyone takes turns adding liquor into the floating glass while trying to keep it from sinking. There's also room for sabotage, as someone could add as much as possible without submerging it, forcing everyone else to use small drops. Whoever sinks it then has to consume the entire pint, including the shot. It's a great game to play at home or at a bar, with the latter even presenting the opportunity to invite other people to join the fun.
I'll never let go. I promise.
Number 13, Beer Ball. While it may be a tad more intense, this contest will still be the highlight of any celebration. One team starts throwing a ping pong ball at the other team's cans. If a can is hit, then the thrower grabs it and drinks as much as possible before the other players can retrieve the ball and slam it onto the table.
Jason, whoa! Jason, what a play!
The speed required on both ends adds an element of excitement to the match. For a more sanitary twist, you could just chug your own beer before the ball is returned. Beer Ball maintains the same general setup as beer pong, but with far less precision needed. It fosters a more spirited energy, making it perfect for a party.
Well done, Mr. Hunt. I'm deeply impressed and grateful.
Number 12, Screw the Dealer. Screw the Dealer is unique simply because it's all based on chance rather than skill. It's centered around participants trying to guess the card on top of a deck. If they get it on the first try, then the dealer has to take multiple shots. However, if the guess is wrong, then they get to try again, this time with a hint. This is the only extra chance they get. Another wrong answer means they have to drink the difference. For example, if the card is a 10 and they guess 3, then they would have to take 7 sips. While it certainly has a calmer energy than its contemporaries, there's still plenty of opportunity for people to have a great time.
4 jacks. You owe me 15 grand.
Number 11, Beerio Kart. Video games and beer are great on their own, and combined, they're even better. The objective is simple: win a round of Mario Kart while finishing your cup. The biggest catch is that, like real life, drinking and driving isn't allowed at all.
Yo. There we go, okay.
He's throwing it back.
Go. All right, he's done, go, go, go.
This means everybody has to get creative about finishing their libations. Some may choose to down as much as possible right after the countdown, while others may opt to wait until they fall off the platform.
Yep, that was rip.
Of course, the difficulty can be adjusted based on the level chosen, and we definitely wouldn't recommend starting with Rainbow Road. It's the perfect low-key tournament for a night in, while still being tons of fun. Number 10, movie drinking games.
You know, that's not half bad. I'm gonna have to think up a name for that.
At some point, you have to try one of the many movie drinking games on the internet. Once you're of legal drinking age, that is. Simply choose a movie with your friends and settle on a variation of rules. The number of rules will depend on how classic your movie is and the number of memorable moments, quirks, and catchphrases.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Word of advice, when drinking to movies like The Room, Star Wars, or the James Bond films, maybe leave a few rules out. Otherwise, you might find yourself feeling the alcohol far too early in the film.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47!
It's a trap!
Number 9, Straight Face. If you're the giggly kind of drunk, this game might be close to impossible for you to win. Simply grab a writing utensil and a few sheets of paper and have everyone write down something that might make the other participants laugh. Then, when you've got your golden line of comedy ready, have someone else read it out loud. Those who so much as giggle or smirk must take a drink. We'd suggest trying to fill your head with sad and sobering thoughts, but after you've lost a couple of rounds, well, it's only gonna get harder.
What is a human bath mat?
Should you lose, prepare for a hangover with the added curveball of a sore face. Number 8, BS. This card game is great for big groups. Supporting up to 10 players, it starts with the distribution of an entire deck of cards among the group.
What did she say? I didn't quite hear. Did you guys? I didn't hear what she said. What did you say?
Bullshit!
She knows how to play the game, doesn't she? Yes, sir.
After agreeing on a card to start on, whoever has said card begins by playing it face up. Each player takes turns placing a card or multiple cards face down, claiming their played card is in the correct numerical order.
You're a dead man, John! Bullshit!
If someone suspects a player has played an incorrect card, they call their bluff. If their claim is correct, the offender takes a drink. If not, the accuser drinks.
Comes with the job. I can accept it. Bullshit.
The game continues until one player uses all of their cards. There are many variations out there, including a cardless one, meaning there's endless fun to be had.
The job's real. The agency set it up.
Bullshit.
Number 7, most likely. This particular drinking game is best enjoyed with a group of old friends. Each round, one person asks who would be the most likely to do a specific act or say a certain phrase, kind of like the most likely 2 titles awarded in a high school yearbook.
Guys, in high school I was voted most likely to have the best eyes. That's just not true.
Within a few fast seconds, everyone must point to the person who they think would be the most likely candidate.
I was voted most likely to succeed on my chess club.
Then, whoever has the most fingers pointed at them must take a drink. Yeah, they'll likely protest and deny it, but hey, in this game, majority rules. Be warned, you might be shocked to discover just what your friends think of you. Number 6, quarters. Need something less talkative? Not in the mood to break out the playing cards? Got some loose change lying around? Quarters is easy to set up, easy to learn, but damn hard to master. Ideally made for 2 to 4 players, quarters involves each player bouncing a quarter into a glass or cup set in the middle.
Like that. Yeah.
If the player makes it in, they choose a player who has to drink. They can do this up to 3 times in a row if they make all 3 shots. If they fail, play passes to the next player.
Like that? Wow, yeah, beginner's luck.
There are many variations of the rules, as well as many different versions, but quarters is great if you want something that requires more skill. Number 5, never have I ever. Everyone has led a different life and experienced different things. It's part of what makes us human. It's also why we play the classic game, Never Have I Ever.
Never have I ever sexted.
Each player takes turns stating something they've never done. Feel free to go as simplistic or crazy as you want. Those who have experienced it must take a drink. This can lead to some interesting or insanely weird conversations, both with friends you thought you knew everything about and people you've just met. Hey, being an open book can get you places.
I never gave a reach around to a spider monkey while reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, God.
Number 4, Flip Cup. Derived from a similar drinking game known as boat races.
All right, Pete, you done boat race, right?
No, just drink the beer and you'll get the hang of it.
I've got it. I will find.
Doesn't matter who's winning.
Flip Cup involves 2 teams of 4, with each player given their own drink. Starting at one end, each teammate must finish their drink in a red solo cup and then flip the cup upside down. The next teammate cannot start their turn or even touch their cup until the former has finished. Be sure to apply some moderation though, as Flip Cup can shoot up your blood alcohol levels in mere minutes. Requiring a hefty amount of speed and energy, this may not be a game for slow drinkers or the uncoordinated. Number 3, Slap Cup. Please don't take this literally. You aren't slapping cups full of beer. Too messy. Gather a good number of cups in the center of the table, with the center cup being filled with the most beer. Yeah, it's similar to another popular drinking game, but it's a different set of rules. You and a teammate stand at opposite ends of the table. The opponent next to you must toss a ball into one of their cups. If they make it in, you must take a drink from that cup. Play keeps going until only the center cup remains. Should your opponent make it to the center first, you best be prepared to guzzle the whole thing down. Number 2, King's Cup. To play King's Cup, form a circle with your friends and place a cup in the center of it. Then place any number of cards around the cup, and every player takes turns drawing a card. Each card is assigned to a specific rule, which can differentiate depending on how you play. But they mostly involve giving drinks or dividing drinks up. Some will even require you to do actions. But again, there are many different sets of rules you can play by.
You already know the rules. Because there aren't any!
The King card is the most fun though, allowing the player to invent a new rule. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Beer Pong. Ah yes, the granddaddy of drinking games. If you've been to, well, any house party, chances are you've seen a group of people playing this. The rules are simple. 2 teams have anywhere from 6 to 10 cups on opposite ends of the table. They each take turns tossing ping pong balls into each other's cups. If one player makes it into one of the cups, the other must take a drink.
I give you beer pong!
It's easy to learn, quick to liven up the party, and a classic drinking game for anyone to have fun with. Be warned though, there are some real beer pong pros out there. The game has become such a staple among partiers that several variants have been created, such as chandeliers and corners.
As a punishment for the last player to get their cup slapped.
Which of these drinking games will you be playing at your next party? Let us know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.